This segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. All right, welcome back to Bayou Town. Martin Falls here. I'm joined by the PIO of the State Police Troop C, and that's Trooper Henry Perez. Good to see you, Trooper.
Good to see you too.
Y'all been really busy. I was looking. First of all, we'll talk about this pedestrian fatality, and certainly it's a sad one. But after that, we'll talk about DWIs because y'all were very, very busy throughout the Halloween weekend. But if we could, let's start with an 81-year-old from Thibodeau who was killed in a traffic accident.
Yeah, so on November 1st, shortly after 9 p.m., Louisiana State Police began investigating a single vehicle fatality crash involving a pedestrian. It was LA 20 near Colonial Drive. It claimed the life of Lois Blanchard, 81-year-old from Thibodeau. The preliminary investigation revealed that a 94 Buick Park Avenue was traveling south on LA 20 in the left lane, and the pedestrian was in the left lane in front of the vehicle, and that's when the Buick struck the pedestrian. There's 3 lanes right there. There's a left turning lane, and then there's also the 2 lanes. So Miss Blanchard was transported to area hospital where she later passed away. The driver was uninjured of the Buick. She submitted to a breath sample and showed no alcohol detected, and they'll also do an autopsy on Miss Blanchard. The crash is still under investigation.
Tell you what, that's a sad story, and certainly our condolences go out to Ms. Blanchard's family. You know, and we talk about safety all the time, but y'all were busy during the Halloween weekend. Y'all had multiple DWI arrests.
Yeah, so just on Halloween evening, we had 9 DWIs arrests. So it's a busy weekend, and then also throughout the weekend, we had 12 DWI arrests.
Yeah, what's the norm? I mean, that seems above average, is it?
Yeah, so normally in a pay period, about 7. It's a 2-week period, so about 7 is normal.
So one weekend you had 12.
Yeah, 12, yeah, just in that weekend. But on that one night, we just had 9. We had 9 DWIs.
You know, but when you think about it, when you have that many, that's a night when kids are all over the street and everything. So,
oh yeah,
you know, and it's you know, and I know I talked about it with several of the local police departments and people on 4-wheelers and all pulling trailers and all that, and they have the same rules and regulations, don't they?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're lucky through Halloween that we didn't have any other injuries besides the one fatality, just because there's a lot of foot traffic. There's a lot of people out on goat carts and stuff like that. So we're very lucky, you know, with the sheriff's office. They also do the blue light, which is very helpful, you know, on the highways and also in the neighborhoods, to where they're vigilant, to where they prevent, you know, pedestrians from getting hit. Yeah. I also wanted to share some tips as well. So,
sure.
So if someone's going to be walking or driving a bike or anything like that on the side of the road, have clothing that makes you visible. Possibly, if let's say if you're driving from work or something on your bike, you know, put a vest on. You know, so simple stuff like that can help prevent, you know, pedestrians from getting hit. Also, cross where it's well lit. You know, if it's completely dark where you're going to be crossing, don't, you know, go to another area to where there's some light. So just, you know, to help people from, you know, getting hit by a vehicle.
Yeah. Daylight savings time takes effect. How does that affect y'all?
Oh, I like it. I personally like when it gets dark a little earlier, and the weather, definitely the weather change. Yeah. But yeah, so it's going to get darker earlier for pedestrians and also for vehicles, you know. Just be vigilant, you know, if you're on the road, just so, you know, prevent stuff like this from happening.
Yeah, I guess if I'm calculating correct, it also gives people an extra hour of darkness where they're driving, so it's probably a little more risky. Huh?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. What do y'all, or, you know, maybe it gives us a chance to talk about, and I guess we have to stress it because we all did it. I mean, when you're doing Halloween stuff and you're putting your trail on your 4-wheeler, some people got an ice chest and they think it's lenient because it's Halloween.
Yeah.
And police are lenient for the most part. They give people a chance to be with their children, but at the same time, there are rules against drinking and driving. So no matter what vehicle you're in, you got to put the ice chest in the, let the ones in the back drink. You can't drink when you drive.
Yeah, and we stop tons of people that have admitted to drinking, a drink or two, where they're not over the legal limit. So, if you're going to drink, be safe. If you think you're going to be going, and having, more than a few beers, make sure you find a ride. But yeah, we do stop people that do have like a beer or two, and we do run them through the test. And if they're able to drive, we'll either allow them to leave if they're under legal limit, or call them a ride, just to be safe.
Yeah. And, it used to be where it was so easy to detect, but a lot of people, I bet majority of people don't even know how many beers or drinks it takes to get them over the legal limit. They always think they're okay, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody, sometimes we'll stop them, they'll say, oh, I just had, 2 beers. That's a common answer.
Yeah.
Then come to find out they have a little bit more. So yeah, if you're going to drink, just be responsible. If you feel like you're gonna be driving different, or if you feel different, you're definitely gonna drive different. So.
All right. Always good talking to you, and y'all stay safe out there, especially with the time change. It gets darker faster, but thank you for coming in, and once again, our condolences to the Blanchard family.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with more. Don't go away. This segment was brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs.